It's a classic question, really. Do you want the good news first or do you want the bad news? I usually like to start with the bad news because I like to end on a high note. You know what I mean? So here it is. Okay. Bad news. Back in March, Democratic representative from Arizona, Raul Grijalva, died in office, leaving his seat empty when Democrats needed all the full seats they could find. The good news, flash forward a few months later, and his daughter, Adelita Grijalva, was elected to replace him. Okay, we're going back to bad news. Bad news again. Speaker Mike Johnson decided he would shut down the government rather than swear her in, assuming she would be the final vote to release the Epstein files, which is why she just went 50 days as an elected representative with no ability to do her job. But I do have some good choice words for the fact that she was finally sworn in. What a roller coaster, I know. Oh, I love a woman in office. Not all of them, mind you, but usually I admire her patience, and I love that when reporters asked her what took so long, she gave the best eye roll of all time toward Mike Johnson. And we shall see how the whole story unfolds. This is Choice Words. I'm Samantha B. My guest this week is actress Leslie Bibb, who you love from the most recent season of The White Lotus. Oh my God. And you can catch her now on the second season of Palm Royale. This conversation, honest to God, it was wall-to-wall joy for me. It really was. And listen, if you want to go on a cathartic journey of your own, I just added new dates to my How to Survive Menopause tour. And catharsis it is. So go to samanthab.com to see if I'm coming to your neck of the woods. I sure hope so. Until then, take a listen and make good choices.
Hey guys, hi Sam. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Don't even worry. Don't even worry.
Mercury's in fucking retrograde, and today was literally like, hey, Leslie, go fuck yourself.
You know what, like when you're like, why is everything insane right now? And then you are driving somewhere and you happen to look up and you're like, oh, there's a giant full like beaver moon staring at you. And you're like, okay.
I get it.
Oh. And I don't want to be too like ooey about it, but I'm like,
no, I love it.
I'm like, okay.
No, I said to Sammy's birthday was the 5th.
Okay.
And November 5th. We're both Scorpios.
Oh, me too.
Which can get...
Me too.
Are you? When's yours?
October 25th.
Oh my God, you're like a cuspy Scorpio too.
Cuspy.
Yeah, that's so... Did you have a good birthday?
It was good. I think I worked on it because I was like, oh, I should be very active on my birthday.
I like working.
Do you know what I mean? Like I should not dwell on it. I'm working and I'm hustling. But then I was kind of like, well, it would have been nice to go out for dinner.
So you did one part, but you didn't like hold yourself in the other part.
So what did you say? Okay, so what did you say?
I said to Sam was having like a really weird birthday and he was like just grumpy about it and like he was like had like this dumb thing happen and he hurt himself and he just sort of like canceled all of his plans and just sort of shut the doors just for the day. And he was like, fuck it. And I said to him, I said, this is so wishy. I was like, you were born on a full moon. He goes, what? And I was like, well, I know, because I asked you, I've done work on you. I found out when you were born, I mean, like what your time and stuff. And I said, but you were born on a full moon. And today is like the biggest super moon, full moon, like it's so big. So I feel like it's probably a very, like a full circle thing. It's like when you were born was a full moon and your birthday is a full moon. I'm sure that doesn't happen that often.
That's got to be. And I bet we looked up at the moon at the same time because I was in California and I was going to an event and I looked up and I was like, what is occurring right now?
It was huge, right? And I said to him, I said, if if the moon can pull the tides,
Yes.
what do you think it does to us?
Yes.
Like, we're made up of water. We're made up of,
Yes.
it just is, it's not like, I don't think that's wougie. That to me just feels like 1 + 1 = 2. I'm not saying whatever, but I, I will, I don't know.
No, I'm
Mercury
with
and
you.
retrogrades always,
Always.
always seem to like, and if it gets me, and by the way, who gives a shit if it's wougie? If it gets me to calm the fuck down and not be so like, everything has to be perfect and this, and go, okay, well, it's going to be whatever it's going to be.
I 100% agree with you. And I'm like, yeah, it does things to the tides. Therefore, it's not like we're not so siloed from the natural world. We're still creatures who live
No,
on the planet and we are subject to the whims of planetary forces. And I'm like, I'm not making sports bets based on this.
no,
You know, I'm not,
I'm not picking my
nope,
candidates for office based on this.
nope,
I'm not, I'm not a gambler, so I don't even
mm-mm,
gamble on it
no.
because I don't like to lose my
That's
money.
work too
Um,
hard for it. Thank you so much. No
I take
thanks.
$20 to Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
And I usually lose it within like 3 minutes, but that's what I gamble is a big because
Yes.
even if I won, I will lose it because also the house is against you. I
It's
mean, it's
against
set
you.
up for you to lose.
Complete setup. I just read this huge article about like spouses of women who, and they've lost like $300,000 on like betting apps on their phone. And I'm like, what? Has no one like sweat for $1 that you could lose it that easily? I'm just like you. I'm like, $20 worth of tokens,
20
please, and lose it in 4 seconds. It's gone. And then the whole rest of the night, you're like, do they have food here? Like, I can't
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, that's the reason you go. You get like you get free drinks
Yeah.
if you like, so go with like your girlfriends and
Yeah.
whatever, but like it's not made. I had a facialist a long time
Hmm.
ago and like a bikini wax or an eyebrow waxer. Like
Yeah.
she was so lovely. And she said to me, she said, Leslie,
Oh.
I said, what? She goes, I wasn't great in Vegas. And I was like, what? I go, Nava, how much?
Oh,
And she goes, a down payment on a house.
what?
And I was like, oh, it
That's
just made my
painful.
heart hurt. But then I go, and then I said, does that kill you? And she goes, no, because I love it. And I
Right.
was like, if you can, I mean, that's, I guess, maybe our shit, Sam,
Yeah.
that we are, I don't like to, I mean, maybe because I just, I don't, I can't,
I can't. I
to
can't.
throw money
I
away,
can't.
I can't. I literally, I'm
Yeah.
so like a little frugal,
Yeah.
like mama.
Me
I
too.
got emailed today to the Christmas tree company that I buy our Christmas tree
Hmm.
from because in New York, they deliver it and we live in a walk up
Okay.
and they come and take it away, which is, if you live in New York City, is like
Yes.
a chef's kiss, right?
Yep.
Especially the takeaway because in a walk up, I've cleaned those stairs, like sweeping all the stairs down, and
Yep.
it's harrowing our walk up. So they usually send a 15% coupon because we've been buying our tree from
Yeah.
them. For some reason, I think my email ate it. So I emailed them and I was like, hey, I didn't get my coupon this year. Can I?
Hear you. I just sent a package back and
It's,
it's a $14 purchase. I was like, you know what?
I,
It's bad luck. I'm not gonna throw 14. Well, of course I'm getting my $14 back.
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like
Yeah, you have to.
I, I, I just don't. It's hard for me. Like I don't make. I mean, I've been like working since I was
Yeah.
16 and sort of paying my own way since I was 16. So, like every dollar
Yeah. It's not it
really
don't
mattered
take
to
it I
me,
don't
and
take it for
so
granted. Not 1 second.
I don't take it for granted. And if I buy something, ooh, I'm gonna wear it.
Mm-hmm.
And if something's in my closet and I don't wear it, I feel the need to give it to
Mm,
somebody who will wear it.
that's good.
Yeah, because I just
That's good.
it feels wasteful, and I feel like I hate wasting stuff.
Yes. You know what?
Like
Yes.
I'm so like if I get a chicken and I'm gonna roast it, I roast it for Sam and then I pick all the bones off and then I make a stock out of it.
Yes.
Like
You sound
I don't know.
like you're Canadian. Like all my Canadian relatives are like, honestly, they're like, well, Thanksgiving's over. Now we're going to have a boiling pot of turkey bones for 2 days.
Oh my,
Like,
well,
okay,
it's gotta be an amazing
it's an
stock.
amazing
But let me
stock.
tell you something. If you have a roast chicken and you make your stock and then you take that stock and you make like a delicious chicken soup,
Yeah,
which I feel like is so medicinal and so
so
good.
good.
It is the best soup you'll ever put in your mouth.
Exactly.
It's so
It's
delicious.
healing. It's medicine. You reminded
Yeah.
me of, this is such a random story, of a woman who used to do bikini waxes years and years ago. And she used to say the funniest thing every time she did it. She'd be like, rip. And then she'd go, now you're ready for the girls. Every single time. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I take the point. Now you're ready for the girls. Like, all right, okay, thank you.
I don't know what
I
that
don't know.
means, but I
I
love
love
it.
it. Well, I say
Now
it to
you're
my
ready for
friends
the
all the
girls.
time. Now you're ready for the girls. You did it.
That's a really,
So cute.
now you're ready for, it's so
It's so
cute. I
cute.
love
It's so
it. I
cute.
don't,
Wait, you got.
how are
I'm
you?
good. How are you? It's cold here, right? I'm like retreating into a
Where are
turtleneck.
you? Where do you,
I'm on the Upper West Side as we speak.
oh
I'm
my
on the
God,
Upper
I should have
West.
just come to your pretty
Oh,
house. Your house looks
thank
nice.
you. Thank you. And what neighborhood are you? Are you downtown?
Downtown.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
downtown. Um, it's cold,
It's
right?
cold. It feels like the change. Like
It snowed this
it
morning.
snowed. It was pretty. It was kind of like sunshiny a little bit and snowing, but it flipped the switch and now it was like, and everyone on the street now is swaddled.
I
Everyone's
know, I love
swaddled.
it.
I'm ready. Love
It
it.
was making me a little nervous though, because it was so warm. We were upstate.
Okay.
We got a house upstate,
Great.
and we had to go well, it's like a whole work in
Sure, sure.
progress. Like she's a full gut. She's from
Oh my God.
1755. She's a lot of
Okay.
work, but I love her. And so we were up, and my friend Sean Henderson is helping me do the house, and I'm like been a crazy loon, and I've been like stripping, getting some people stripping all the wood. They're like, I want to strip away the 280
Yes.
years of like paint
Yes.
on as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And then I forgot that if you strip that, you got to put something on it because wood is natural. It's feeling and breathing
Mm-hmm.
and needs to be covered back up with something and it's some conditioning.
Right.
So we were up picking a stain to match the new
Oh,
floors and blah, blah, blah. And I said to Sammy, I said, it's nuts that it's 65 degrees
yes.
and it's your birthday. And then we came back home, we took the train back, and the traffic was really crazy on Saturday. And somebody was like, oh, yeah, it was 68 degrees. And I was like, that's not
Not
normal.
normal.
It makes me a little uncomfortable when it makes me,
It's eerie.
sometimes I get a
It's
little
eerie. It's
eerie. Yeah,
eerie.
that's a perfect
Yep.
word.
I'm so
Yeah, it's,
excited for you. That's the most exciting thing. There's nothing more fun than like picking stuff for a new dwelling. Do you love doing that? Is that are you,
I will be.
it's daunting.
It's, it's daunting. Thank God for Sean
Yeah.
Henderson. It's really fun to do it with him. Um, I have like a TikTok
Hmm.
and so we post like stuff about the house
Great.
on it. So it's like really cute how everybody sort of invested in it with us. So that's fun sort of to
Yeah.
do. And also I'm using it because like as a lady, I find it's kind of like buying a car. Like Bob Vila was like my sweet spot when I was a kid.
Okay.
Like I spent a lot of time alone, so I would watch Bob Vila and like the Carol Burnett
Oh my
show.
God.
I'd watch PBS and then TBS for Carol
Yep.
Burnett reruns,
Yep.
which I thought were happening in real time. And so it feels like I'm doing this old house in a way. And also, if I can share any wisdom with like women or people
Hmm.
or young people who are like don't know, like you should get three you know, because like they'll tell you like, oh no, no, just get one bid for the
Oh
house. No, you should
no.
get three. And it, yeah, and you should not do a cost plus bid. You should try to do a fixed fee bid, and like and
Hmm.
trying to use it as a way to sort of educate people and and educate as much as I can, as you know, in a fun, goofy sort of way. But like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
great.
I would try to go like buy a car and then also have fun just because I love old houses and I love the history of old houses, and this house has such good mojo, and like
It's special.
I just
That's really
it's
special.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I love going and looking at all the things and looking at the
Yep.
wood and looking at doorknobs. That's what I'm doing Friday after I finish
Oh,
this week. I got to go look at some hardware and figure it out and
it's nourishing.
all of
It's
it. But
nourishing. It's nourishing.
it
Yeah.
is. It's also exciting to like I think it's cool to build a home. I think homes are really important. It doesn't mean that they have to be big
No,
or whatever, but just whatever is your home,
of course. It's like nest. I mean, it's you're
make a
literally
nest.
building a nest. We're like physical creatures on this, and we all build little nests in our own way. It's incredibly satisfying. And
Have you spent time in LA?
I have, but I've never lived there. Like I've been there, I've done
Well,
jobs, I've stayed there. Everybody's very house. I love that everybody's very house proud and very like house intensive.
there's that, but then there's also a side of LA that I would notice like girlfriends when they were dating would say like, "Oh, this guy," or the guy would say about the girl like she has a Range Rover. They would always like lease
Mm,
very cool cars, very like rich
yeah,
cars,
yeah.
right? But then they would talk about going to their apartments and they were like they lived in crappy apartments. They did like had a bed on the floor, and like I
Oh,
remember one girl was like, "This guy's the nicest, like the sickest Range Rover with like rims and this and
yeah.
that." And I went to his apartment and it was a bed on the floor and a really big flat screen on a cardboard box like, and I thought, oh, they would rather drive their nest
Right.
than create a nest.
Right. Right.
And it was really interesting because I don't really, I mean, I appreciate nice cars. Like, I appreciate a beautiful Porsche and I
Sure.
appreciate a nice ride. I also appreciate like a 1986 like Land Cruiser. I also appreciate a Volvo station
Yeah.
wagon and like an old one that like I learned how to drive stick in. Um, but they're not like things that I really
Yeah.
care
You
about.
want to like
Like I'm not gonna.
you feather your nest
I
and
don't.
that's a home zone. That's a zone.
Yeah, that's the home zone. I don't care. Like you can show up in whatever car. I don't
Yeah.
really care.
Show up
Like,
on a
but it's
Vespa.
so interesting.
Show up on a
Oh
Vespa.
my gosh, I
And
know. With two
you know what
helmets,
I mean?
please.
Please, two helmets.
Yeah,
There's nothing
two
like
helmets.
we redid, and your house has history too, like built in the 1700s. I mean, that's like
Crazy. Before America was
before
America,
America was America. Like that's like steeped. That is in the DNA of the house. This incredible
right?
history. We kind of like we redid a house, like we built from the studs, and it is like the safest place I've ever felt I ever was because we could put our own self into it, into every inch of it,
So
and it's
fun.
so
Where is it
fun.
here
No,
or is
it's
it in
out in the
Canada?
country, out in the country, and it's like every time we go
Yeah.
there, we go, oh, like our hearts swell, it makes our hearts swell. It's such a fun experience.
I I think it's if you had told my younger self that I would be running gleefully back to the country
Right.
to get out of the big
Yeah.
city, I would have been like, "You're crazy." Like I've always,
Hmm.
even when we were doing White Lotus, like I remember saying to Amy Lou, like, "I've got to get out of Thailand. I need a city. I need a
Right.
city." It's where my shoulders drop. And we went to Tokyo and it did. My shoulders like dropped and I was like, "Oh, this feels so
Yep.
I just needed it." But I think, I love New York, but it can it can it can be a
Having
lot.
a balance is
I
nice. Like having, I like to
yeah,
go to like the
yeah.
country until I need the city. and then go back to the city
Yep.
until I need the country, and then just kind of toggle between those worlds. It's a very
Yeah.
lucky
How
position, how
lucky. Yeah,
lucky, but it
yeah, I feel very, very lucky about
gives you
that.
what you
I
need.
agree.
Like you need to come back to the city and have that great food. You need to have those New
Yeah.
York snacks. Just can't
That's New York.
eat those New York snacks. Get
Gotta
them.
eat them New York snacks.
If you've ever shopped online, chances are you've bought from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button at checkout? The one that makes buying so easy you don't even have to get up to grab your card from the other room. That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses choose to sell with them, because Shopify doesn't just create effortless shopping experiences for customers, they're also the experts at helping small businesses grow big. Shopify's point of sale system is a unified command center for your retail business. It brings together in-store and online operations across up to 1,000 locations. Imagine being able to guarantee that shopping is always convenient, endless aisle, ship to customer, buy online and pick up in store, all made simpler so customers can shop how they want and staff have the tools to close the sale every time. And let's face it, acquiring new customers is expensive. With Shopify POS, you can keep shoppers coming back with personalized experiences and first-party data that give marketing teams a competitive edge. In fact, it's proven. Based on a report from EY, businesses on Shopify POS see real results, like 22% better total cost of ownership and benefits equivalent to an 8.9% uplift in sales on average relative to the markets that surveyed. Stop seeing shopping carts going abandoned and turn those sales into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Samby. Go to shopify.com/Samby. Shopify.com/Samby. Hiring isn't just about finding someone willing to take the job. You need the right person with the right background who can move your business forward. If I was looking for a candidate that matched exactly what I was looking for, I'd use Indeed sponsored jobs. Let's just say, I don't know, random. Let's just say I was looking to hire a new editor for this show. I would go on Indeed and be super specific about what I was looking for, not just can edit audio. I'd say, I need someone who's edited conversational podcasts for at least 3 years, who kind of gets our style and knows the software we use. Someone like a cool person, someone who's done this before. And here is the thing with Indeed sponsored jobs, I'd get people who fit that description. I'm not digging through resumes from people who've edited one YouTube video. I'm getting actual podcast editors who know what they're doing. People who've worked on shows like ours and can prove it. That is what makes the difference. With Indeed sponsored jobs, you get people with the exact qualifications that you're looking for. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed are 90% more likely to report a hire than non-sponsored jobs because you reach a bigger pool of quality candidates. Join the 1.6 million companies that sponsor their jobs with Indeed. Plus, with Indeed sponsored jobs, you only pay for results. No monthly subscriptions, no long-term contracts, just a boost whenever you need to find quality talent fast. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes, less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/Samby. Just go to Indeed.com/Samby right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/Samby. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed.
So what's your favorite New York snack?
Oh, so it's so impossible to determine. It depends on the day. I'll go downtown, I'll get a cinnamon bun, I'll get a Jerusalem bagel at this place I like, kind of on the fringe of the East Village. I'll go to,
Have you had this Apollo
yeah,
bagel that everyone's
I've had it.
flipping out about? Is it worth that line?
I think it was delicious. Would I line up? I don't like to go to places where I have to line up. I get them at the end of the crest. I wait for the crowds to die down, and then they just have the thing perpetually and you
The
can just go get
Apollo
it.
bagel is nuts.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
like,
It's a
I was
lot.
like, what are they give? Is it lined with gold that you get to
I
keep?
think it's not, it's a very nice bake. I mean, that's not the type
I mean,
of,
it's a
it's a
bagel.
bagel. That's good. That's a good thing. But I would expend my energy in other ways personally. I would line up for, you know what I would line up for though? I line up any day and we're coming into the season, a good panettone. I'll go to L'Industrie. I will line up for that panettone. I will order it. I'll line up for it. Like a
Really?
chocolate orange panettone. I'm gonna hide in my because I'm so want it. I'm so ready.
I love that that's your, yeah, that's the thing.
Seasonal. It's because I can never have it. It's because I can't have it for like
Yeah.
10 whole months.
See, it's nice to wait,
It
right?
is.
It's nice to like, I think that's the cool thing. I think they're doing it with Palm Royale. I think they do. You get one episode a
Yes.
week. You can't binge it like the way White Lotus
Yep.
was. And I think it's very cool to wait. I watch this show. I like to cook,
Me too.
even though
What do you
this,
watch?
I like to cook. Well, this is baking
Okay.
because I watch the baking show, a Great British Baking Show, and I watch it with dreams of being able to bake like that. Like I want to laminate and do the pastry and all this stuff. But I was like, that comes out once a week,
Yeah,
and I get so excited
it's
to
perfect.
watch it
It's a
because it's
perfect
perfect.
show. It's a perfect show. And I will rewatch those seasons as a balm to my soul. I actually think it's
Yeah.
one of, and by the way, I absolutely love Palm Royal and I love The White Lotus, but I am going to say The Great British Bake Off is the most perfect show that has ever
Is
existed.
is yeah, no, because there's something, they're so nice to each other.
They are.
They're so supportive of each other. I mean, listen, that is for competitive television, I guess. And all they win, they don't win money, they win a
A
cake
cake
plate.
plate.
And the
Yeah.
title of that,
Yep.
and I just
And
love,
it's like,
I love that.
it's so comforting to watch expertise just for the joy of expertise. I'm like,
I love it.
you just make cakes with
A,
collars
Genovese
just
sponge.
because you're trying to you have
I know.
mastery. You work at the post office. You're a postal worker and
Yeah.
you make wedding
Or you're
cakes
a
for
nana.
your
Yeah, and you
nana,
just like to
just for
bake.
yourself. You don't even sell them.
Yeah. I love
Incredible.
it. There's the girl on right now, and oh, I can't think of her name. And oh god, she's always winning Star Baker. And she's the only girl left in the tent. And the three dudes are so interesting. They're like such
I'm
different
saving up all the episodes. I haven't
guys.
watched them. I see them, and I'm watching them
Oh,
build episodes, and then I'm gonna watch it with my
they're
daughters.
almost done.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
You should just
I
start
gotta
now.
go.
Just start because you'll watch it. I rewatched this season. I really love this
Oh,
season.
good.
It's the hardest season.
Mm.
They asked them to do something last night. I was falling asleep and I'm like, oh, I fell asleep. I've got to watch it
Okay.
again. Because it was so calming for me. I just like fell asleep with it. But they asked them to, for the
Yeah.
technical, Paul Hollywood asked for them to make some very complicated cake I'd never heard
Oh.
of, which is a Genovese sponge, is why the girl goes, I didn't know how to make a Genovese sponge. And it's like a framboiserie or something, and it's got raspberries lined, and then like this thing, and then this green thing on top, and it can split very easily. And then he said, I want you to make a marzipan flour for the top of
Okay.
it, and then cover it with a sugar bowl, like a
A
sugar
sugar
bowl.
bowl. The orb. A sugar orb.
The orb.
That's so.
And even what's her name with the silver hair? I can't think of her name. Who loves to always loves when there's booze and
Oh,
everything.
Prue.
Prue goes, why would you make them do that? And he said he didn't. He was just like, because it's pretty and it's hard, and they should know how to do it.
Oh. Have you ever made? What's the most?
And everybody just cracked it. By the way, I just broke my one of my jars. Hi, Gus. One of my jars. Um, in my pantry, and I was like, "Ooh, this is like that sugar bowl that broke when he was taking it to freeze it in the fridge, and it
My daughter wants to
cracked."
make a one of those princess tarts, one of those princess cakes. You know, they're like it's like a dome. There's an almond cake with the raspberry jam and the cream, and then the marzipan, the green marzipan
God.
bowl over top. So that's our holiday project. We're
Oh
gonna
my
make one.
God, I love it. I get very like I should learn how to do this. Baking is so
So
precise.
precise.
And then I have fantasies of like whenever I go somewhere, like if I go, I think I'm going to start with bread.
Okay.
Like 'cause it feels like idiot proof enough. Like I know it's really technical, but like I feel like maybe I could start there and make something. And I have fantasies of being upstate. Got
Upstate with a loaf coming out of the oven and it smells
a little
great.
sourdough, if you will, a
Sourdough.
focaccia.
Put your fingers in, get your fingers in it, get some salt and some.
Um, I always do cooking classes whenever I go to a
Oh,
foreign
you
country.
do. That's so smart. What yeah, like
Yeah.
in Italy
The
or
la
anywhere?
I did one in I wanted to do one in Thailand and I didn't do one. That
Okay.
one I didn't do. I did do Amy Lou and I did like an indigo dyeing
Oh, that's
class, which
fun.
was really fun to
That's cool.
do. Yeah, that was really, really cool. But like I was in Puglia, so I did a cooking class
Mm-hmm.
there. Um I did before that, in I did one in Puglia. And then I did another, I think I did two in Puglia
Mm.
actually. And and the woman, oh, this was so cool. The woman, when I went into one was just at our hotel with the chef at the
Yeah.
hotel. He was like, come in and I'll teach you. And then I did like a proper class. This woman makes frozen pizza. Like she's so well known in Puglia, like in that
Yeah.
area of Italy. She has her own like frozen pizza line or whatever. And she said to me, the mother that her bread comes
Yeah.
from is her mother's mother. It's from her mother. And all of her pizzas and the frozen pizzas all come from
That
this,
original starter.
yeah, that starter. And so I hope people know when I say mother that I'm not talking about a human being. And it comes from her mother. Literally, like a piece of her skin is in that pizza.
Wow. That's
No,
awesome.
and I said, how do you go? And her daughter was there, and she said, I said, who feeds it when you're
Hmm.
away? And she reluctantly said, my daughter, but she goes, I don't travel that much.
Okay.
And and then I asked her about a recipe, and her daughter said, I don't even know it.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, that is some protected family
I'm going to
recipes.
go out on a crazy limb here. Just go with me on this journey. When you
Go,
start to
go.
make sourdough in your new upstate home, which is actually like a pre-America, like colonial home from the 1700s. When you make like a wild sourdough starter in your home, you're going to have spores from the 1700s informing the flavor of your sourdough. And I love this for you. I am excited. This is
I know it's
American
so
history
interesting.
is alive in your
When
bread. You have to.
when you watch Great British Baking Show, do you ever go, well, I need a proving drawer?
Yeah, I got one. You can't
No, you
imagine how
don't.
many tools I have. Like, okay, first of all,
Wait, do you have you have a
I
proving
do.
drawer?
Yeah, yeah, we put one in.
What
I still, I don't
what
bake bread yet, but it's a plan. Like similar. I'm like, I'm going to do this. This is happening. We're going to learn how to do this. I have all the
I
books.
we are so easily
You know what?
pushed into. I love that you decided for a proving
Yeah, I was
drawer.
like,
What is a proving drawer? Is it just a drawer or does it have some heat in
it's
it?
such a light heat. It's just barely warm. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't do anything else
Yeah.
in it except you could like store muffin tins in it or something because it barely reaches a temperature above room
Wow.
temperature, but it's a little bit. more. And then everything's kind of out of the way as if I've ever used it. But anyways, it's there. You know what I mean? Like these dreams,
I love that you have one.
domestic dreams. It actually, during the pandemic, I bought so many kitchen things.
Knick-knack,
Yeah,
paddywhacks.
just like a baguette, special baguette loaf pan and scales. And I just have like a full cupboard dedicated to the person I dream of being one day.
I know. Well, it's so cool. I also think it's so resourceful. I have this fantasy right now of like I love things that are pickled,
Oh,
like
yeah.
pickled red onions and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, and I'm so dumb because I think I wish it was something I had the wherewithal when I was
Hmm.
younger to say to like my Aunt Ruby, like, hey, can you teach me how to pickle? Because she pickled
Right.
everything. And like she would can everything.
Right.
Like, she would have her garden and everything that she grew in the summer, she would
Yeah.
can or pickle and then put it in her cellar. And then that would be the food she would have during the
Sure.
winter. And again, that just stokes like every part of like my sensible side of me that, but I'm like, why didn't I learn how to do that? Like,
Well,
why is that
I
like,
think when you're a
sometimes I
teen,
wish I could go back and be
course.
like, just learn how to
When
do
you're,
it.
but
Canning is so
that's all
cool.
such a drag when you're like growing up and you're a teenager and you're like, you're just like, get me out of this place. Like, I remember, I didn't grow up on a farm, but my mom had a farm and she would get chickens from like the neighbor, and then the eggs all had feathers on them. And I was like, this is disgusting. Like, everything is gross. Why do you have honeybees? They go on you, everything's sticky. I hate gardening. And now my husband and I are like basically trying to be homesteaders. We're like, look at all the feathers on the chicken eggs. It's incredible. We're like pulling roots, trying to grow corn. I'm like, I feel like the pandemic did also make us go, we should know how to do things, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we
We
should,
should.
right? Yeah,
We should.
we should know
We
how to.
should know how to do
Yeah.
things. Um,
I I think there's also that's something that Sam and I always talk about it that like when I see a full pantry or full
yeah.
fridge, I feel very grateful for it. And I
Yes.
remember there's a thing that I l- I like if like people stop by. I remember my mom saying this
Hmm.
about my dad when he was alive, saying she always kept food in the freezer because I never knew who your father was going to bring home.
Right.
And she liked being able to like have food and feed people. And I definitely have that chip. We threw a dinner party last week and I'd been upstate doing this big like sort of walkthrough on the house,
Hmm.
and there's a farm stand up there that I love, and the meat is so fresh and so delicious. And I got 12 New York strips because it's also very
Hmm.
affordable up there. And I brought them back and I said to a couple friends, like, will you bring over your skillets? And everyone's like, what do you make? And I had 12 people and I did New York strips for everybody. And we had them going and we had
Oh my
like
God.
smashed potatoes and it was really fun. Like it was
Fun.
like, I don't know how like perfectly like temperature wise, like some were well done, some were, medium
Sure.
rare, or medium, but it was really fun because you felt like you were at a
Oh my
restaurant.
God.
Like,
The holidays should be a time to celebrate the food we eat, but more often than not, we end up wasting it. I love a big meal as much as anyone. I just hate watching all those scraps and leftovers end up in the trash. It's like the sad ending of a holiday movie nobody asked for. And that's why I'm such a big fan of my mill, the odorless, effortless, fully automated food recycler that makes keeping food out of the trash as easy as dropping it in. It also just happens to eliminate all the pain points of old-fashioned compost pails and smelly garbage cans. Mill turns your holiday food scraps into nutrient-rich grounds you can actually use. You just toss in those sad leftover turkey bones and pie crusts, and Mill transforms them overnight. No smells, no messes, and no more fruit flies. And you can keep filling it for weeks. When it's finally full, you can use your grounds in your garden, your green bin, or have Mill pick them up and send them to an independent farm for you. Honestly, I'm obsessed with my Mill. Like, I will tell anyone I meet about it. I loved it so much, I bought a second one. Who buys two food recyclers? Apparently me. But listen, it's just that good. My kitchen smells great. I'm wasting less, and I feel like an eco goddess every time I toss in some old leftovers I couldn't finish. Add Mill to your wish list or gift one now. Get up to $200 off during their biggest sale of the season, Thursday, November 20th through Monday, December 1st. Miss the sale? You can still get $75 off anytime at mill.com/SamB with code SAM. That's mill.com/SAMBEE. I feel like you need to do listen, I obviously am a huge fan, and I think you need to do a cooking adventure show.
That's what I want to do. Tell them I've been trying to pitch that idea.
Listen, it's perfect for you
Oh
because
my
you're like
God.
a culinary. You're like you're curious. You're a
Listen,
preserver.
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
I'm just curious. I'm not, but see, that's the thing. This is why, like I like HGTV and I appreciate that stuff, but I'm not an aficionado and I don't want to go to like the Michelin star restaurants. Like I'm really interested in like the places you find along the way and meeting people and talking to people. The curiosity I really have about the experience. But like to me, I'll tell you one thing. I hate prefix dinners and like
it's all laid out for you.
12 courses and this. It's too complicated. Like I want it simple. Like, you know, like we've already seen that show done and it was done by Anthony Bourdain and it's done so well. And Stanley Tucci does his version of it, you know, so great. But I really am, there's something about the curiosity of like the experience of a new city.
Yeah,
and
you're
like
a city, you're a forager.
and
You're like a great
yeah, a little
experiences
bit.
forager.
Yeah, I'm interested to see and like what makes I'm interested in what makes people tick. And it doesn't have to be like I'm interested in how, you know, somebody does it in the Midwest. It doesn't just have to be in Tokyo. You know, because I feel like I feel like in a time that feels like we're so divided, I hold hope that actually I do think we have more in common with one another. It's easy to like split us apart because then we can be controlled that way. If you're so different than me and I'm so I just refuse to believe that. I believe that there might be issues that we might not agree on, but there's got to be stuff that we can find a common ground. Your love of your child, your love of your animals, your something. And in a weird way, I feel like that's what like Mike was trying to do in it kind of in that season, maybe. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like in that season of White Lotus, but also like in that trifecta of those women who you could so easily be like, oh, they just talk shit. Oh, you voted for this person. Oh, you did. Like you could just do what we all do.
Yes.
Up and down you, categorize you. Put you over there. Oh, you're this person. Walton's character's that person. Sammy's character's that person. Like to me, that monologue had nothing to do with sexuality.
Right.
It was about who am I? Am I the person that I present to the world? Or am I the person on the spirit versus form? And the battle for whatever those two worlds and how they go back and forth. And am I if Kate did vote for Trump, is she a not as good a friend to Lori as Jacqueline? Because Jacqueline was going to leave her and let her not call her on the do you know he makes it it's more it's not I think it's I think we've gotten into we have to simplify everything so
It's not
much.
so easy to categorize people. It's not
It's
so easy,
not.
and
It's
it doesn't
really hard.
actually have a lot of value. It doesn't really help us to
No,
do that.
honestly, Sam, it's, I think, a lesson I learned a lot because my mom was, when my mom died, she had very Republican
Hmm.
leanings. But my whole life, my mom was a Democrat.
Right,
My whole life, my mother ran like political, she like she worked in politics and was like a staunch
right.
Democrat. And as she got older, I found her to become less curious, more
Hmm.
scared, uh, more sort of agoraphobic.
Right,
And her fear and the television
right.
and like this constant thing because she wouldn't go out. So her way to stay connected was to turn on the television. But if what's coming at you is be afraid, be very
Yeah,
afraid,
constant.
constant, because that keeps people like this. I, and I was not. I this is and let me be clear. When my mom was, I would get in huge. I different politics
Sure.
than that, and it really became very divisive
Right,
for us.
right,
And I couldn't find my way around doing what I just said.
right,
Just find the find her. It's so easy to find the things that irritate you
right,
about her, but your job, find something that, find the good.
right.
Find compassion in her. Find compassion for
Right.
her. And maybe that will help her lead with a different thing. And maybe that, if I can do that, maybe it'll make her less scared. And I couldn't. I would be. I just wanted to
Right.
be
You're right.
right, and I was so frustrated. And I felt and was hurt and let down because she was so like agoraphobic and like. She was a very beautiful woman, and as she got older, she just sort of let herself
Hmm.
go, and I knew she had like that shame around that, which is so easy to do with aging as a
Yep.
woman, and her, I think she was a my mom was a I know that she was a very beautiful woman her whole life, and then she just sort of like threw in the
Yeah.
towel. And so I understand that if your currency was
Yeah.
one of your currencies was this, it must be very hard to realize, because sometimes you get so far down the road at a certain point you can't
Yeah.
backtrack,
Of course.
you know and so I think partly that's sort of me being sort of rose-colored glasses about this idea of like a travel show or something like that. Always felt like
It's,
my hope
I want it for you.
for,
I feel like it's just like, just call it hot.
yeah,
It's like
Amy Lou and I
hot
have,
dish. And it's
yeah.
just a
Yeah,
beautiful, like, American casserole. Just a global
yeah,
casserole.
yeah, just something where like, and also to bring a little joy to the world, I
100%.
think.
Oh my,
Yeah, I mean, that's what I love about like Palm Royale, like doing that
so
show.
joyful. I mean, it's
It
so
is really
fun.
joyful. I mean, they're like my character is such a hot mess, and she would like fucking sell you down the river so fast. But in a
Yeah.
way, she's she's got like, I make a joke that like the neurosis of Dinah is not too far off of
Hmm.
Kate, the character from White
Right.
Lotus. But both of them, I think, good friends.
Right.
Like Dinah's like, oh, she's such a narcissist and she's been such a hustler, and she's like, I got to look out for myself because in that time
Yes.
women couldn't have their own checkbooks. They couldn't have their own bank accounts unless a man said you can have, like, I don't know if women realize that, like, you couldn't go to the bank
And open a bank
and
account.
have your own
Yeah.
agency. I feel very strongly about young women today, about that's something I talk about. My mother hated talking about finances. I talk about it all the
Yeah.
time. I'm always like, what are you doing? Your taxes? Are you doing this? Because I think it's important to give yourself agency and to not make it like I hear some actresses be like, I don't know, it's so hard. And I'm like, it's not really that hard.
You just have to pay
It's not.
attention. You actually have to take a deep breath and you have to look at it and you have to just be honest
Yeah.
about it. And that part, it can, because
So
it's connected
easy.
to emotions or like something. It can be really
I get,
emotional, but you have to get over it. You have to get over it and
yeah.
stand in it.
And and it's so, knowledge is like
Power. It is. It
power.
is.
It's so much power to be like, what do you
Yeah.
know, like, this is what it is. This is what this is. That, and just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe, and that's something my mom told me very young. She was like, always, always, make your own money. You never know. Because I think, because my dad died when we were really young, and I think he was more of the breadwinner than she was. I mean, she always worked, but I think that really kicked her into high gear. And so then she had to be away working
Well, it's like
because she had four
tying back
kids.
to that like resourcefulness, like that feeling of
Yeah.
like, okay, nesting, taking care, nourishing, freezers full of food, you're
Yeah.
making your own money. It's like resourcefulness and independence is the
Yeah. I love
foundation.
it. I love
It's
it.
great.
Have you heard of we were doing the Jenna and Friends. I'm doing it this
Yeah.
week, and Laura Brown was on, who was the editor of InStyle.
Mm.
And then Christina, her writing partner, was, I think, the editor of the Wall Street Journal magazine. I may have that wrong. And they both got fired.
Yes, I can't wait to read this book.
And all the cool
Get
girls get
fired.
fired. And they were talking about this. Like, they wrote the book about also the shame of like, okay, you get fired. And that 9 times out of 10 has nothing to do with you. It's just, it has to do with, what's happening in the infrastructure, and it's not personal. I mean, sometimes it is personal, but usually it's not personal. They're downsizing or they're doing whatever. And the tools, like I said, what were things that you didn't know? She's like, we didn't have our contacts
Right.
downloaded
Oh,
once we, and it's so interesting, but I get very excited when people give you, I love a good tool. It's why I love a good recipe. I love a good, like
doing
that,
things, making
yeah,
stuff.
like I like this idea that, and maybe it probably all goes to not being a victim
Mm.
and being, because I mean, listen, I know sometimes I throw myself a big ass pity party and do it, but it really doesn't serve anything, I
Oh,
think. Do you?
I
Yeah,
agree with you.
I mean,
I agree with you.
but I mean, listen, I get down, I definitely sit there and be like,
Of
oh,
course.
but it doesn't,
Doesn't defeat
help
you.
us. It doesn't.
Doesn't help. And then we go home, we turn on Palm Royal, we cheer up, we watch something fun, and we go make a Genoese. And we do it.
Oh, it's a Genoese. I said a
I think that's
Genovese.
the same
It's
thing.
no, it's a Genoese. That's how you say it, is a
I
Genoese.
have enjoyed
See,
this.
this is why that's why I'm not a
I have
baker,
enjoyed
Sandy.
this conversation so thoroughly.
You know that we didn't talk about
We didn't talk
anything.
about
We
any of the
just,
things we're supposed to talk. We did
no,
talk
but we
about Palm
just
Royal, which we
rambled.
have to.
We did, no, but like we just sat there and talked about, like, Jenna and I today. She goes, "Do you realize that we spent the first 6 minutes of the show just talking about Polo, Ralph Lauren cologne?"
Why wouldn't you? This is the joy of life. You know what I mean?
It's a joy. I have to tell you, Sam, I'm a huge fan of yours,
Well, this
and
feeling is so mutual.
I just love how you are so smart, and just, you're really good at what you
Boy,
do. You're really good at what you do. And I couldn't do what you do. You're so fucking clever and so smart.
Unexpected.
And
End of
no,
conversation.
but I know, just take it.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Get a cup.
Will you take
Get
mine?
a cup. I'm going to pour it into it. Yeah, please bring it on.
You are in my life creatively. You bring so much life to everything that you do. And think you have such a great spirit. I feel like we could have an 18-hour conversation that would never stop. Our voices would be like dry and parched because you're so fun. And I feel like I think you're brilliant. When you're on screen,
Oh, thank you.
I feel so confident and comfortable. I'm like, I'm in good hands.
Thanks. I know. Oh, thank you. I need to hear that.
That was Leslie Bibb, and I had no choice but to look up one thing. We were talking about women only starting to get authority over their own finances so recently, like really recently. But I needed to find out exactly when, and it is so crazy. Hold on to your hats. Women were only allowed, I'm laughing, to get bank accounts in their own names beginning in 1974. 1974! I was 5 years old. That is insane. Oh boy, we could go back there so easily. Oh, thank you for joining us. I'm Samantha Bibb. We will see you next week for some more choice words. Thank you for listening to Choice Words, which was created by and is hosted by me, Samantha B. The show is produced by Svea Baron-Reinstein with editing and additional producing by Ryan Connor. We're distributed by Lemonada Media, and you can find me at RealSamB on Instagram. Follow Choice Words wherever you get your podcasts or listen ad-free on Amazon Music with your Prime membership.